Me.
All right, fantastic. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with Marcus and Mark. Hey, Mark, good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, Marcus. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, the markets definitely give us something to do here, huh? I mean, I love the
Yeah,
volatility that we are seeing in the markets here.
yeah. Nice to pick up a Seahawk in the E-mini S&P and crude oil, and things are moving a little bit. Even heading into the open, it looked like we were up a little bit in both the E-mini S&P and Nasdaq, and now we're starting to pull back. So we'll see where we get started at. But the nice thing is that we're getting some movement.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So this morning the S&P around the unchanged mark, and as I said, it pointed to a higher opening and now pulling back. The Nasdaq also same skyrocketed, now pulling back, still in the green right now from yesterday's close, and the Dow is just plummeting here. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. It seems that the Nasdaq got hurt recently, and that there was a flight of capital from the Nasdaq into the Dow. This morning, a completely different picture.
Yep, yep. We see the S&P and Dow down heading into the open, at least for now, and the Nasdaq still up a little bit.
Yeah. Also here, crude oil. Yesterday we had this massive slide, and right now we are trading well below $57. We're actually scratching the $56 mark.
Yeah, that will be interesting too. We know that in crude oil has a tendency to kind of stick and gravitate towards round numbers. And so, I mean, this is what we've been seeing for months now. Now we'll have to see if the 56 level or the 57 level holds up. But right now, it looks like 56 is a little more attractive to traders.
Yeah. So and this morning already had a winning trade in the E-mini S&P. So there's the first $50 right there in the green. That's always great to see. And in crude oil also, we had a winning trade in crude oil. So there's $60. So right now, I don't know what for 20 minutes of trading, already up $110 per single contract traded. So it depends how many contracts you're trading. But if you are starting with the minimum size, which we always recommend, you would be already up $110 here. And let's see if we can get another few trades in here. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Also, the binaries have fired this morning already. So we did have binary signals in gold and silver, right, Mark?
Yep, we had sell signals trigger in both gold and silver, and we'll keep an eye on the open for. We have signals in the E-mini, S&P, the Nasdaq, and Dow, but at this point, those will not trigger, so we'll keep an eye on those.
We'll keep an eye on those. Yeah. Also looking at PowerX Analyzer here, a few stocks. I mean, first of all, yesterday we were already talking about CVI, which we liked a lot. It did not trigger yesterday, but still has a valid signal. So let's try it again today, shall we?
Sounds good.
Because if you liked it yesterday, obviously we like it today. And you see, it's still a current signal. We did have a green bar. We never went above the high of the first bar. And this is what we were looking for. So there's still a valid buy to open at 34.13. Also, NS, that was another energy company that we were looking at. Same deal here. I mean, we had a great signal yesterday if we weren't triggered, and the signal is still valid today. So that's absolutely another signal that we want to take here today. Because when we liked it yesterday, we still like it today. So there's nothing wrong with taking these signals again. Now, I did run the scanner and I got two stocks that were coming up here. One, OPHC. And guys, you know, we're always looking for trends in the market. And I mean, look at this. There are no trends for this particular stock. So we can immediately remove this here and say, all right, remove from scanner. We don't need this. There's another one, UPLD, Upland Software here. It has been a little bit choppy. And also, if you look at the winning percentage, you have 7 wins, 10 losses, so it's a total winning percentage of 41%, which is at the lower end. We like to see at least 40%. So compared to the other two that we have right now, this is not really exciting me as much as the other two that we still have valid signals for, which is CVI and NS. Then also we still have DDD open here, and it's still nicely positive. So we had DDD that we took during our 3-day live trading event, and that is still nicely plugging along. Same as PVG, which is a short. So we have a few put options here in PVG, and the same here. It is plugging along really nicely. So these are the positions that we have. Oh, I do believe that we also have RMTI, right? I believe RMTI is also in
Yes.
our portfolio. So, I mean, everything is looking good, plugging along, humming along here. So, this is what we see in terms of PowerX Analyzer and our stocks and options positions.
Yeah. And Marcus, I don't think we can start the morning without talking about Bitcoin breaking past 15,000 last night.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. We need to talk about this. Yeah, I saw it this morning in the news. Bitcoin now above 15,000, jumping 9% overnight. I mean, come on, Mark. When does this craziness end? I mean, this is really, as the media starts talking about it more and more, obviously there's more demand, and this is what we're seeing right now. So, Bitcoin is governed by simple supply and demand. There's only a certain amount of Bitcoins that are available at this point, and the demand is just driving prices up here. I mean, it's kind of insane.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, Marcus, is both in Europe and the US, the governments are going after Bitcoin holders. So it will be interesting just how um, oh gosh, I'm searching for the word, but private it is, let's say. But then also the amount of energy that is used to mine Bitcoins. I saw that it's using more energy than the country of Ireland, which might not be that big of a deal right now, but it's expected that Bitcoin mining or cryptocurrency mining will consume more energy than the world currently uses in 2020. That's nuts.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll really see how it pans out. I mean, right now, Bitcoin is definitely more for gamblers and I mean, maybe even long term investors, although I don't see it because whenever we see that there will be some major news breaking out regarding Bitcoin and driving it to the downside, it can very well be that people might be losing half of the money. I mean, I see it possible for Bitcoin to retrace 50%, 60%, 70%. No doubt about this. I mean, we have seen that Bitcoin plunges 20, 25% in just a weekend. So, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're a serious investor, I mean, think about it. If you're like Warren Buffett or Carl Icahn and you have billions of dollars under management or even hundreds of millions, would you really put this in Bitcoin right now? I
You
mean,
just can't.
obviously not. It's just nuts how volatile this is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for a private investor, if you have a few bitcoins, I mean, good for you, right? This weekend we talked to somebody who was at our live event. It was a nice young kid, and he bought Bitcoin, I believe, in March, and he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm making a killing on Bitcoin." Well, you know what? I think, yeah, you got lucky here. You got in at the right time, and Bitcoin is going up. And there's no doubt for me that Bitcoin could go actually even higher. So, I mean, it is absolutely possible that Bitcoin will go here to 20,000, 30,000, maybe even 100,000, right? Who knows? But let's see how this shakes out in 2018. If cryptocurrencies are here to stay, or if this is just right now a hype that everybody's buying into. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, definitely. Have you picked up a few bitcoins?
I bought some a little while back just to say I did and made a little money, but Marcus, it was really just gambling for me. Like I mean, it wasn't any. I know people keep asking us about Bitcoin, and I mean that's what it is at this stage. I think you buy, you get lucky. I know that the charting software companies are starting to offer some tools. Trade Navigators introducing Bitcoin after their beta testing. I think it will get interesting once the Bitcoin futures are around. That to me could change things a little bit, but like you said, Marcus, putting any serious money in Bitcoin, that's tricky. Not to mention, it just takes one or two major changes or things to have an impact on Bitcoin where you see a 20 to 30% drop, and that's not what you want with a lot of money involved.
Yeah, also right now, my inbox is flooded with people suddenly offering courses on how to trade Bitcoin.
Exactly.
I mean, guys, seriously, there is no secret to trading Bitcoin. You buy every single dip right now. That's what it is. I mean, as soon as you see Bitcoin retracing by 10% or more, buy it. I mean, that's the way how you trade it. I mean, there's really no trading. So I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous that right now there's courses being offered for hundreds and thousands of dollars on how to trade Bitcoin. I believe that most of these courses are telling you of how exactly you can buy Bitcoin or any of the cryptocurrencies that are out there. So, I mean, you can look this up on the internet for free. I mean, just look up how to buy Bitcoin. Here in the US, Mark, I believe it's Coinbase, who is
Yeah.
the largest Bitcoin holder or cryptocurrency holder where you can trade Bitcoins, right?
Yep.
So,
Coinbase, and they have more subscribers or customers than Charles Schwab does. So they're legitimate. Hey, another strategy for Bitcoin is you buy it before you go to prison, and then a couple years later, you're a millionaire. I don't know if the story was true or not, but I saw there was an article, and I didn't do my fact checking on that one, but I thought it was hilarious. There was a story that a guy bought Bitcoin, I think it was 2, 3 years ago, and he didn't have a chance to sell it because he was incarcerated, came out, was a multimillionaire. But that's probably not a good strategy for most people.
well, that's actually probably the best thing that can happen to you with Bitcoin right now. Just if you buy it and never sell it. There we have another winning trade in the mini S&P, and you see, honestly, this is what I prefer, the kind of trading that we do here in stocks, options, and in futures. It is absolutely more predictable and it is more repeatable because we have been trading this way for the past few years and we don't have to really worry about an up market, a down market, a sideways market. I mean, with our strategies, we have been trading every single market condition. I mean, right now, talking about Bitcoin, it is only in a bull market. I mean, it is just running away. Now, the strategies that we use, the strategies that we trade, they're applicable to every single market out there, whether it's a bull market, a bear market, or just a sideways market. And that's what I love about it. Because if you want to trade for a living, you need to find something that generates consistent return, predictable returns and repeatable returns. And I don't see that with Bitcoin right now. Now, Bitcoin, again, it's great to give your portfolio a boost. I mean, if right now you have a few $1,000s laying around and wondering what should you do with it, I mean, sure, throw them into Bitcoin. I mean, it probably, as you can see, you would have made 9% overnight. And this is where some people say, oh, it's too late to invest in Bitcoin. Well, it cracked 10,000, then it cracked 11,000, then 12,000, now 13,000. I mean, it is just on a run like crazy. So nothing wrong if you want to do this or gamble a little bit. I mean, it's for me a little bit like going to Vegas. Just the odds are a little bit higher because you are in a strong uptrend and you just buy the dip, buy the dip. I mean, don't really invest in thousands of dollars in Bitcoin courses. I mean, there's no need to learn how to trade a bull market. A bull market, you buy. It's that easy. Anyhow. So, and yeah, Jim says he's always been a little bit gun shy because of all the hype. And again, it's not for serious investors. I mean, I want to hear that really Buffett or ICANN or any of these famous investors are buying into this. Even this ETF fund right now that is created around Bitcoin. It is so crazy. There's an ETF fund that is supposed to mirror Bitcoin. And you know what? Because of the demand, the price for this fund are so high. It is 5 times overpriced. 5 times overpriced. Usually I would short this, but Bitcoin might catch up to this. But I mean, it is just crazy of how greed is factored into the prices right now. And that's what we see. A bunch of greedy people hopping into Bitcoin here. Anyhow, so that's our little rant around Bitcoin, right? Might as well. So here, as you can see, trading futures with single contracts here, up $75 in the mini S&P, up $60 in crude oil, so up $135. And again, This is how you would trade a $5,000 account or a $10,000 account. And if you can make 1 or 2% a day, right? I mean, I like that better because it's more repeatable than doing this Bitcoin craze. Well, what you're shooting for is if you can make 60% a year, then you can apply money management and really take your account to the next level. With money management, yes, you can. It is possible to trade your account and quadruple it in a year. The most important thing is consistency, and this is what we are teaching in our course, in our classes, in the Rockwell Trading Club. This is what we teach with the PowerX Analyzer. This is what we teach in our live events, and this is what I believe in, and that's what we personally do. All right, so this is what we had for you here this morning. Pretty uneventful opening here thus far. E-mini S&P is pushing a little bit higher. Made a few more dollars there, had another profitable trade. We'll still be trading these markets for another 25 minutes because our preferred trading time here is between 9 and 10 Eastern time. So we have a little bit more to do. And let's see what happens also in the binary options. And these are the markets that we like to trade, as you know, we have a few positions on here in the PowerX Analyzer. All right, and Jason says, hey guys, just made my first winning trade with PowerX Analyzer, DSLV. All right, fantastic, Jason. Congratulations, that is awesome. Okay, keep it up. All right, that's it for today. You all have a fantastic day, and keep in mind that tomorrow is Friday, and we're taking off with Coffee with Markus. We usually do it Mondays through Thursdays. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll talk to you again. All right, take care. Bye bye.
Take care, everyone.